with all due respect to Jay-Z, there's an awful lot of pictures of you running around in your undies at parties with Diddy.
He used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Asner, Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan.
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyonce, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently, during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former.
Jay-Z's name has suddenly been pulled into the center of the storm, alongside whispers of raids, snitching, and federal pressure that could shake hip-hop to its core. With Sean Diddy Combs facing the most serious legal crisis of his life, rumors are spreading fast that the fallout is no longer contained to one man. Social media erupted after a viral TikTok claimed the FBI had raided Jay-Z's mansion, igniting panic, speculation, and non-stop debate across the internet. But when the dust settled, no credible evidence supported the claim. No major news outlet confirmed a raid, and no official agency reported any action involving Jay-Z's home, strongly suggesting the viral post was either fabricated or wildly misinterpreted. Still, the timing raised eyebrows. Jay-Z's name had begun circulating in online discussions tied to Diddy's case, fueling suspicion that the rumor didn't appear out of nowhere. According to unverified claims circulating online, surveillance footage allegedly places Jay-Z at one of Diddy's infamous private parties, events now being scrutinized as potential crime scenes. These weren't ordinary Hollywood gatherings. For years, whispers of extreme secrecy, ironclad NDAs, and elite guest lists have followed those parties. Now, with federal investigators combing through evidence, every past rumor is being dragged back into the light and re-examined under intense scrutiny. To understand why the internet is spiraling, you have to step back. Diddy is currently fighting one of the largest legal battles ever faced by a hip-hop mogul. Federal charges that include trafficking, racketeering, and multiple serious allegations. His New York trial began in May 2025, and since then, the revelations have been relentless. Long before the courtroom drama started, the Department of Homeland Security raided Diddy's New York and Miami properties in March 2024, seizing hard drives, surveillance footage, and numerous items that only deepen the mystery. Now, with rumors of informants, alleged cooperation, and names quietly surfacing, many are asking the same question. Is this the beginning of a much wider unraveling? While no evidence confirms Jay-Z is under investigation, the mere fact that his name is being pulled into the conversation shows just how explosive this moment has become. What was once dismissed as internet noise is now colliding with real court proceedings, real evidence, and real consequences, and the industry is watching closely, waiting to see who gets pulled into the fire next.
Court has ended for the day in Lower Manhattan. Today, we did hear from 4 witnesses, a personal assistant of Sean Combs, Cassie Ventura's mother, also a male escort who took part in those freak-offs. And then the day wrapped up with a special agent from the Human Trafficking Division of the Homeland Security Department who was on the stand. And when his testimony was wrapping up, he actually walked over to the jury and he was showing them 2 AR-15s that had been disassembled. These were weapons that were seized from Sean Combs' Miami mansion. Also, just as court was wrapping up, he was beginning to open up a bag, but he was stopped. Inside that bag were high-heeled platform shoes. And so at that point, court ended the judge decided that court is going to end for the day. So we'll have more of that tomorrow, when he's probably going to begin with his testimony and then eventually be pulling out those high-heeled platform shoes. So why don't we talk about some of the other things that took place today? So when that special agent was on the stand talking about that Miami mansion raid, this was back in March of 2024, and we do have some video of that we can show our viewers. And so how the agent was describing this raid: 80-plus agents stormed Sean Combs' home. They used an armored vehicle to make their way through the gates of his Miami mansion out there on Star Island. And once inside, they seized baby oil, as well as Astroglide, as well as weapons. And so the jury was shown some photographs of some of the items that they seized from.
And what made the situation even more surreal was what happened next. Just days after one of those raids, Sean Diddy Combs was caught on video at his Miami mansion, relaxed, playing music, and acting as if nothing had happened. To some, it looked like a calculated display, a message meant to project control and untouchability. To others, it felt very different. A man under immense pressure, masking tension while critical moves were possibly being made behind closed doors. And that's where Jay-Z enters the conversation. As scrutiny around Diddy intensifies and speculation about cooperation, leverage, and fallout grows louder, attention has started drifting toward those within his orbit, past allies, industry peers, and powerful names whose proximity alone is enough to ignite headlines. Whether coincidence or convergence, the timing has only fueled questions about how deep this situation really goes, and who may ultimately be forced into the spotlight next.
50 Cent is saying Jay-Z is going to be exposed next after Diddy. So Jay-Z had a close relationship with Diddy throughout his career, and 50 Cent pointed out that Jay seems to be missing after all the raids rained down on Diddy. Jay-Z was allegedly named on Epstein's client list. Epstein is a prolific child predator who would serve up underage girls to the elites. Epstein would fly out his clients and the girls to a private remote island in the Caribbean where they could get away with it and the girls couldn't escape because they were surrounded by sharks. It's been rumored Jay-Z had his own private island where the same stuff went down with Diddy, and we haven't seen the footage until now. And the similarities to Epstein are startling. It's in a remote part of the Caribbean and it has a landing strip. After Diddy's private jet landed in the Caribbean, it suspiciously went off the radar. So users are suspecting Jay's private island is where Diddy disappeared to, or at least hiding evidence. And they are also suspecting that this is where the hip-hop Predator ring occurred.
Was putting it together. Mm-hmm. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50.
I hit the homie. The big homie, Jay-Z, right? And I told him to come pull up on me. And he pulled up on me, and he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
Right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie wanted to look like a gay painter.
There's now growing online speculation that Sean Diddy Combs may be cooperating with federal investigators and that Jay-Z could be one of the names allegedly mentioned. It's a theory gaining traction across social platforms, especially among followers of high-profile celebrity legal cases. The timing, according to online commentators, feels suspicious. Jay-Z was reportedly one of the last major figures seen at one of Diddy's private gatherings, and not long after, Rumors began circulating about heightened government interest in Jay's inner circle. Some users have gone even further, speculating that the viral claim about a raid on Jay-Z's mansion, despite lacking any verified evidence, may have been intentionally leaked as a warning shot, a signal meant to let him know he was on the radar. Adding fuel to the fire are unverified rumors that Jay-Z was overheard angrily asking whether Diddy had snitched on him, claims that remain entirely speculative and unsupported by confirmed reporting. As a result, fans are left asking the same question: is there any truth behind these whispers, or is this simply another internet-driven distraction spiraling out of control? While much of this remains rumor, another layer of the story does involve documented legal action. In late 2024, Jay-Z was named in a civil lawsuit filed by an anonymous woman. She alleged that in 2000, she was taken to a party hosted by Diddy, claimed she was drugged, and said she was asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement before experiencing a traumatic incident allegedly involving both moguls. It's critical to note that these are allegations contained within a civil complaint, not proven facts, and the case has not resulted in any criminal conviction. Still, the filing has intensified scrutiny, blurring the line between speculation and substantiated legal claims, and pushing this unfolding saga into even more controversial territory.
Rapper and entrepreneur Jay-Z is accused of a 13-year-old girl back in 2000, along with Sean Diddy Combs. The new civil lawsuit alleges the pair drugged and a teen at an MTV Video Music Awards after party here in New York. The original complaint was filed in October against Combs. It was refiled today to include Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter. Combs and Carter both denied the allegations, with Carter saying in part, quote, "My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch their life story is dressed in costume for profitability."
There are more accusations connected to the case against Sean Diddy Combs. The latest involves hip-hop mogul Jay-Z, who issued a vehement denial.
This morning, a blistering response from Jay-Z after he was accused of a 13-year-old girl more than 2 decades ago. The billionaire hip-hop mogul was added to an existing civil lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, citing an alleged incident after the 2000 VMAs, where the victim claims she was drugged and by both Diddy and Jay-Z while a third celebrity watched.
The judge has actually agreed that the victim can remain anonymous and that the case can proceed. So there seems to be a little bit more to this case.
Jay-Z vehemently denying the claim, writing, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint. Whomever would commit such a crime against the should be locked away." Also saying, "My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence." Jay-Z also attacked the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, who fired back saying, "I won't be bullied or intimidated." Busby is behind at least 20 of the lawsuits against Combs, who calls Busby's lawsuits shameless publicity stunts.
Jay-Z's legal team, led by Alex Spiro, moved quickly to shut the case down, calling it baseless and labeling it a clear attempt at extortion. On the other side was attorney Tony Busby, who has represented more than 100 alleged victims in related high-profile cases and had been drawing national attention by using a New York look-back law that allows older civil claims to be reopened. That legal effort, however, came to an abrupt end. On February 14, 2025, the case against Jay-Z was dismissed with prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. Jay-Z then went on the offensive, filing a defamation lawsuit of his own. His legal team claims private investigators uncovered major inconsistencies and credibility issues in the accuser's account, arguing the allegations caused reputational harm despite never being substantiated in court. With a civil case permanently dismissed and counter-litigation now underway, this chapter highlights just how high the stakes have become, where allegations, legal maneuvering, and public perception collide, and where even unproven claims can trigger massive fallout before the courts deliver a final word.
Jay-Z have filed a defamation lawsuit against an anonymous woman and her attorneys, accusing them of knowingly making up false allegations. The woman, known as Jane Doe, dropped her lawsuit against Jay-Z last month without explanation. Jay-Z says she and her lawyers later admitted the claims were totally fabricated, something her attorney, Tony Busby, though, denies. The lawsuit argues Jay-Z's reputation was damaged and his company lost more than $20 million.
How do you feel about everybody trying to put Jay-Z in this mix with Diddy? I've just seen so many videos, and it just seems like so many people are trying their hardest to associate Jay-Z with this Diddy situation. But I don't really see any evidence of it myself.
I don't care about Jay-Z.
Okay.
I sold Reasonable Doubt, so I get no given. That's just, that man, whatever's going on with him is on him. I just can't spend so much time worried about another man and what they do and how they feel and how people perceive them. You know, I got my own to be worried about. I got to get this money. I'm independent. You know, that whole situation, those people are in my rear view. Pause. So I don't care.
Even with that courtroom victory, the skepticism didn't disappear. Many people simply weren't convinced, and for them, a legal win wasn't the same as a clean slate. Right now, being linked in any way to Sean Diddy Combs has become a liability, not a footnote. For Jay-Z, it's like stepping into quicksand. The more you try to move past it, the deeper the scrutiny pulls you in. Fair or not, public perception has shifted, and once doubt takes hold, it doesn't let go easily.
Now some rumors circulating, and you can shut it down the second I say it, that there was a tie with Jay-Z had some stuff to do with Diddy, and they're kind of both being, you know, aligned and quiet about it.
They're in a lot of pictures together. So, yeah. What about it? I don't know. I haven't been around them in the last 10, 15 years.
Got it. Okay.
Like, you know what's great? I don't know about certain things because I haven't been around. That's the reason why.
That's fair.
The reason why I pivoted, because the gray area thing.
Yeah.
I don't play those games at all. So whatever was going on, I just never even engaged, indulged, or anything. Not even looked the other way. Doesn't look at all. I just left. So you don't see me in none of them pictures.
Has the Fed at all reached out to you for information or no?
I haven't been around him like that. I'm not around him like that. Just because we black don't mean.
No, that's not it. But you guys were partners. Like, that's a partner.
Oh, me and Jay?
At one point.
Oh, why would they reach out to me for what?
I don't know. If they want to say, hey, is there anything you want to talk to us about, you know, with what happened? They've never reached out to you.
Nah.
They're reaching out to a lot of weird people right now.
I'm not weird.
Okay.
They're not going to talk to me. I'm not weird.
All right. So let me ask this other question. Well, maybe within this context.
I hope they don't either. They better not come knocking at my door with that. I ain't got to do with none of that.
So let me ask this other question.
You see, I'm out of there.
For me, class of '96.
See, I'm the only one that can still talk. I'm the one that can come outside. I'm not hiding because I ain't got nothing to hide, and that's what I mean. I can sleep at night.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
There's
I think
no gray area.
You would be the one that they wouldn't want to talk. They would be worried about you knowing stuff.
You got to remember, like, people that are committing crimes only tend to commit crimes around other criminals. I'm not a criminal like that. I'm not gonna. They're not gonna do things on my watch that I'm not gonna be all right, because they know I'm gonna say something. So if I see anything that's unsavory or someone tries me, I'm not keeping that a secret because I'm not scared of the recourse. I have no fear of any of those people. That's why I could say no, because there was no fear. You can't even ask me certain questions because you know you're gonna get embarrassed. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And if I lose that fight, I'll lose it, but I'm fighting it, and everyone gonna know what I'm fighting about, and I'm not gonna be scared of not being able to get a check from somebody because I'll go earn my own. Or like you said, or like I said, because I'm not worried about what people perceive as a win. I'm worried about being creative, and love is my currency. I care about being able to walk in here with my family and be able to work with my family, do books with my family, go to schools, go help close down jails. Like, you know, I think there's way better stuff that I'm doing, and that's what I noticed. What they don't talk about, what no one makes a big deal until it's too late, is, damn, I'm going into schools 3 or 4 times a week and talking to kids and teaching them how to dream, and I'm going into jails trying to get the recidivism rate down. That's the
One of the most unsettling theories gaining traction right now is that the raids on Sean Diddy Combs' homes weren't conducted solely to gather evidence against him, but to clean house. Some believe federal authorities weren't just searching for proof of crimes, but racing to secure potential blackmail material Diddy may have allegedly possessed on other powerful figures. We're talking about videos, photos, messages, anything capable of ending careers overnight. Journalist Jason Whitlock echoed this theory publicly, suggesting the raids felt less like an investigation for truth and more like an operation to remove leverage. That observation struck a nerve with many. After all, the timing alone raised eyebrows. The raid was reportedly carried out on a Sunday night, a window typically reserved for high-level, time-sensitive operations. It left people asking a chilling question. Was the government trying to get ahead of whatever Diddy might have been holding on to? What's becoming harder to dismiss is the broader context surrounding Diddy's infamous parties. These weren't described as ordinary celebrity gatherings. They were allegedly part of an industry culture built on secrecy, non-disclosure agreements, and tightly controlled access. Phones were reportedly confiscated at the door. Guests allegedly signed agreements. The environment itself was designed to ensure that whatever happened inside never saw the light of day. For years, voices like Jaguar Wright and Cat Williams have been sounding alarms about this exact culture. At the time, they were dismissed, branded as bitter, unstable, or chasing attention. But now, as lawsuits pile up and federal raids become reality, those once mocked claims are starting to feel less like conspiracy theories and more like warnings that went ignored for far too long.
He's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary aneurysm, just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is f***ing you. And the boss's boss don't get no f***. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the f*** you go when you get f***ed over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
And if Sean Diddy Combs ultimately falls, the consequences may extend far beyond him alone. Many believe it could pull a much wider circle into the spotlight. People who allegedly participated, looked the other way, or simply stayed silent. As of now, there is no official record of an FBI raid on Jay-Z's mansion. His legal team continues to deny any connection to Diddy's alleged crimes and has forcefully shut down attempts to link his name to the scandal. But the internet doesn't wait for court filings or verdicts. The court of public opinion is already in session, and its scrutiny moves fast and unforgivingly. The lingering question is whether Jay-Z becomes the next focal point as this investigation widens, or whether the speculation ultimately collapses under the weight of facts. If Diddy is truly cooperating, as some online theories suggest, then no one from his former inner circle feels untouchable. Names like Beyoncé, other high-profile artists, powerful executives, and even political figures are being dragged into online conversations, fairly or not. What's clear is that the fallout is no longer confined to one man, and the ripple effects are only beginning to take shape.
Boy, Diddy is in so much trouble, y'all. Man, the indictment states authorities seized narcotics more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant from Diddy's residence back in March, bro. Like, that just lets you know that they had so much going on at these freak-offs with all these celebrities and rappers, all these icons and elites from all over the world and attending these freak-offs. And they say these freak-offs last for days. So just imagine how it went down at Diddy spot, bro. But listen, this is what it say. In relationship to Diddy racketeering charges, the indictment states that the law enforcement oversees freak-off supplies, including narcotics, more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant in March raid of Diddy's Miami and LA home. As we previously reported, Diddy was accused of facilitating gatherings called freak-offs, during which he would allegedly use force to have victims engage in acts with male workers. The indictment stated that the freak-offs often last for multiple days, and he would allegedly provide victims with IV fluid to recover acts and drug use. Man, they trying to nail that boy Dilla to the cross. And just like I was saying, bro, if y'all think Diddy gonna go out without a fight, it's about to go down. A lot of big dogs about to get scooped up, bro. You feel me? A lot of big dogs like Jay-Z, I know he walking on eggshells. L.A. Reid, Clive Davis, you feel me? We can't forget about Clive Davis because allegedly that's who they said, that's who groomed Diddy. That's who turned Diddy into being the Mr. Untouchable for all these years, having all this power with the police from LA to Miami. You feel me? Like, Diddy was well secured in them areas. And now, Diddy facing the life sentence, you feel me? They said racketeering, life in prison. Trafficking, maximum, life in prison plus 15 years. Transportation, and a maximum of 10 years in prison. If you think that Diddy is about to go down by himself, y'all crazy, bro. It's about to heat up. And they already trying to get him a $50 million bond package. Don't be surprised if y'all see Diddy come up out of them.
According to publicly reported accounts tied to the federal investigation, the March 25, 2024 raid on Sean Diddy Combs' Miami mansion marked a dramatic escalation in scrutiny. Conducted by the Department of Homeland Security, the operation was part of a broader probe into alleged racketeering, trafficking, and related offenses. During the search, agents reportedly cataloged a wide range of items entered into evidence, including AR-15 style rifle components with scratched serial numbers, loaded magazines, assorted personal items, lingerie, numerous bottles of baby oil and Astroglide lubricant, and other miscellaneous objects. Authorities also reported discovering a Gucci bag containing substances that field tests allegedly indicated were cocaine, ketamine, MDMA, and Xanax. It's important to emphasize that these details reflect allegations and reported evidence within an ongoing legal process, not proven conclusions. As the investigation continues, the significance of what was seized, how it's interpreted, and what it ultimately means will be determined by the courts, not speculation.
I had no idea that this was the crazy party guy. Never mind the crazy trafficker guy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But we didn't know. That's what I'm saying. I still don't believe that he's a trafficker. I mean, a partier, yes.
I feel like
trafficker and all that. I just don't know what trafficking means.
Okay, but what they say is that he not only would be like getting large number of women to come to the party, but then he would basically like intentionally get them loaded off hella drugs.
Dude, they were saying that essentially the allegation, correct me if I'm wrong, was they were trying to be like, he was having Young Miami in them and like people like that, like go get and bring them, and then they would.
I'm saying,
get them loaded.
You take the drugs at your own like discretion. Like you're
not everybody.
Nobody's like snort the line.
Yeah, they are.
Well,
no, they go and they put it in your drink, and then you just consume it.
No, they were putting shit in their drinks.
I would assume.
No, they're getting high together, man.
Okay, there's that.
What's the
But then there's like, but most girls will like take a moderate amount of drugs. Right. It sounds like from this thing that it was like rooms full of chicks passed out. Now, granted, that might be them just hyping it up, making it sound crazy.
That sounds a bit salacious.
So listen, they do little amounts of drugs because they don't have the money. As soon as they go, that's like a cokehead walking in and it's 2 ounces on the table. Today is the day that I OD.
And I've seen that over and over. It'll be like a girl I know, regular chick, and then she starts getting invited to clubs. She starts being in the bottle service. A couple months later, she's like in rehab, or she's like a full-blown cokehead. Because most people on their day-to-day lives are doing as much drugs as they can afford. Most people, if they all of a sudden started making an extra $10,000 a year, would probably spend it on lean and well, I'm talking about like people that we're around.
Yeah.
But a lot of them would spend a huge percentage of it on drugs. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Way more weed, getting some good lean, more perks.
And just the partying in general, whatever comes with that.
But so then when you find yourself in an environment where you have infinite drugs available to you, what do you do?
When
you're probably going to do a lot of drugs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
and I don't blame you guys.
My whole thing is that this wasn't really a shock. I mean, like, let's go over the names: Craig Mack, Biggie Smalls, Black Rob, Shine, not getting killed, but getting, you feel me, whatever he had to go through, getting deported for his life from.
But I still feel like the argument
what does that have to do with?
What?
Bro,
like bad luck. He didn't make G-Dep go kill the guy.
Okay, so you don't think the fact that there's this aura surrounding him of dysfunction, how come there's more people on Bad Boy that are dead than Death Row? Think about that.
But
when Death Row is like clearly like a more,
the vast majority of people in the situation you're talking about, though, it's like completely implausible that Puffy would have got them killed.
Yeah, I'm not saying Puffy got any of them killed,
but so we're indicting people for their aura now.
But the circumstances these people's lives took, which you could see the dysfunction stemming to, that is a lot to put on him. I feel you, but at the same time, like, this isn't a guy that has like a good reputation.
Testimonies emerging around the case describe deeply disturbing allegations, claims of violence, manipulation, and forced participation in events referred to as freak-offs. What's unfolding looks less like isolated controversy and more like the potential collapse of a tightly controlled empire built on silence and power. From Sean Diddy Combs' once flashy dominance to Jay-Z's carefully maintained public image, Reputations that once seemed untouchable are now being tested by allegations and scrutiny, pulling long-buried stories into the open. At this point, whether an FBI raid on Jay-Z's home ever happened almost feels beside the point. The real impact lies in the rumor itself. Once doubt enters the conversation, perception shifts, and now the public is looking twice at figures who were once considered beyond question. As secrecy gives way to exposure, the industry is being forced to confront a reality it spent decades trying not to see.
They proved that he was paying to come and have with Cassie and other people. Now, they got some more that's gonna come, and we don't know when, but anytime they say they got 6 more weeks of testimony, we know to expect things. So I really don't want to get off into everything, but I'm definitely going to do these little spurts. When we come out of court, it'll be like 5 or 10 minutes until I get ready at the end, and I'll let y'all know everything that had happened at the end. And by the way, I'm going to do a show because there's half a homo cat, these band dudes. Now, I think Diddy and Farnsworth Bentley, this white dude, said that he some girls and stuff like that, and then they got a dude that looked like supposed to be a younger Gene Deal. A younger Gene Deal that was doing security with Diddy. They showed a picture up there. The dude looked like he could probably be my son one day. But
And as the trial continues to unfold, it's becoming increasingly clear that this may only be the beginning. If you think what we've covered so far is wild, trust me, there's more on the way. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay locked in so you don't miss what comes next. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Jay-Z is genuinely involved, or is this simply guilt by association in a moment of mass scrutiny? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're reading them all. If you found this video compelling, support the channel by subscribing, and until next time, fam, keep it real.